The greatest war of all time is but only 2 years away for our Z fighters, and in this time, they must find anyone in every way possible to increase their odds of survival, let alone victory. Dragon Ball Kakumi has single-handedly taken the Dragon Ball community by storm with this epic return and rework by Rinko, and the artwork alone has been enough to captivate me, and I would assume you all as well given the great reception to these recent videos. But Kakumi is a Dragon Ball story with a very detailed plot. With the conclusion of Goku's training in the God Realm for now with Beerus, Whis looks to return him home, but the two are sidetracked by the appearance of a very strange disturbance all of a sudden. Goku feels obligated to go investigate while Whis returns to the Grand Priest's palace for a meeting, but what they stumble upon would be something shocking to the both of them. A new universe. One seeping with malice, the likes of which Goku has never felt before, now appears before them in the depths of the multiverse, but with Whis unable to accompany him, Goku enters a realm unknown by himself. Back at the Grand Priest's palace, a meeting took place with all of the gods and angels present, as the father of the angels admitted that he'd been keeping a terrible secret that couldn't be left in the dark anymore. The appearance of the new universe was the result of 17's wish after the Tournament of Power. Super Shenron, instead of just reviving the universes that had participated in the tournament, had restored all of the sealed universes as well. This had caused 7 additional universes to appear, but these universes had a wealth of history to them as the brothers and sisters of the angels began to appear, descending upon the palace accompanied by their gods of destruction as well. With them, a woman also appeared from the shadows as she cursed the Grand Priest for blasphemy he committed that sealed them all in the shadows to be forgotten for eternity. This is the mother of the angels, a being so powerful, so devious that the Grand Priest thought it appropriate to seal her himself so that the universe wouldn't be thrown into eternal conflict. With this secret of his now exposed, the mother of the angels has returned with the rest of her children, with a clear divide now visible within the multiverse. Even Frieza has made contact with these beings and chosen a side as he now appears before Whis and Vados as the god of destruction of the resurrected Universe 18, disposing of their god himself. His first concern, however, being of course, where might son Goku be, as he asks Whis. Whis, however, admits to the Grand Priest now that he allowed Goku to go explore the mysterious Universe Zero himself, and has completely lost contact with him now, and he hasn't pressed the button he gave him either. This is when it's revealed that Goku had already come into contact with the resurrected angels, stumbling right into their headquarters like some just noisy goofy, and landing himself bound and chained, beaten, and pretty much left for dead. A multiversal war will commence, the mother of the angels tells them. A war that will involve every single living being, and all will be forced to choose a side. Upon hearing this, however, the Grand Priest is forced to use the limits of his power to freeze their adversaries for the time being, but this icy prison won't last forever. The Grand Priest says that they must move them while they are mobilized to Universe Zero to strengthen the seal. He communicates the news all across the multiverse to every being in existence of the coming war, pleading everyone to prepare as there will be casualties. All across existence, from Universe 1 to 12, mortals are preparing. But the question still remains, what of Goku? We see his friends and family still acknowledging his absence, with no one but Whis and the gods knowing of his true fate at the moment. Preparations must go on though, as locating Goku has to be left to the angels for now, with those in the lower realm getting ready to turn up the trading even further. In Universe 6, 11, and not least Universe 7. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball Kakumi for yourselves, the link will be down below in the description box, as well as Rinko DBK's Twitter, so be sure to go check them both out. Don't forget to have those notifications turned on to never miss an upload as soon as they go live, guys. And if you have been enjoying all of the Dragon Ball and anime content recently, consider leaving a like on this video as well. It really helps out with getting our content seen more. Be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all Dragon Ball and anime related content. But without further ado, So we have 2 years to get organized, Bulma says, trying her best to assist in thinking up a plan. Yeah, and everyone has to set a goal and a role for themselves, Vegeta says as he gets dressed. By the way, he goes on, we need to find this Broly. He has huge potential. He can be very useful for something like this. Could you go in and get him and his 2 friends, all green and all orange? To which Bulma replies that they do have names, but she knows who he means. For my part, I'll send Gohan, Goten, and Trunks to go see Whis. Deep in the mountains somewhere, this is when we see Piccolo meditating as he begins his training as well, but this is when someone approaches him as he senses a presence, asking, "May I help you?" In the next panel, Bulma is seen chastising Jaco for claiming to be too busy to help with a multiversal war, funnily enough. As Bulma continues her raging beration of Jaco, Vegeta picks up Bra, taking her outside as he says that when Bulma's angry, she's the greatest warrior of them all and completely unstoppable. As he takes the baby inside, a sleeping Bra is woken up by her mother's yelling as she begins to cry, Vegeta not being able to catch a break at all. "Hey Vegeta, it looks like there's a lot going on inside," Gohan says, sitting at a table with Videl. Videl offers to take Bra for a bit, seeing the stressed look on Vegeta's face as he goes to sit down with Gohan next. "Gohan," he says, "what do you plan to do over these 2 years? Train? Study?" "Both," Gohan says, but this is when Vegeta says that if that's the case, then he has a proposition for him. "How about training with Whis?" Vegeta says to him. "Kakarot is finishing up his last training with him as well. Your little brother and Trunks have already told me they're in." "I'm sorry, but I already have an idea of what I plan to do over these 2 years, Gohan replies. "By the way, for Goten and Trunks, Dad told me about a kind of hyperbolic time chamber." "Good idea," Vegeta says to him. "I'll see with them. On your side, could you go see Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha? Do you have any idea of what they could do?" To which Gohan gives him a huge thumbs up after locating their energy and takes off towards their direction next. As Gohan arrives before Krillin and 18, he asks where Tien and Yamcha are as well, with Krillin telling him that they're actually inside, luckily enough, as Gohan asks what kind of training they'll be doing over these 2 years too. All of a sudden, however, Gohan receives a call as he picks up and is surprised to hear back from Vegeta so quickly. "Gohan," Vegeta begins without wasting a breath, "I'm with Whis. He just told me Kakarot was inside Universe Zero when the Grand Priest froze it." Everyone is stunned by what Vegeta just said, as this would make it near impossible to save him now without releasing the other frozen beings early. "Gohan, did you hear me?" Vegeta yells as Gohan is still frozen with shock. "Don't pretend, Namek," a voice says from behind Piccolo. "We believe in joining forces," a Namekian behind him says, as we then see another Namekian as well as a Supreme Kai have approached Piccolo now. "Do you really think I can help you?" Piccolo replies. "We think that each of us has something to contribute," the other Namekian says. "In that case," Piccolo replies, getting to his feet now, "alright, but before that, I have to go and do something." Over on planet Wampa in the meantime, a Capsule Corp ship is landing as Broly, Chile, and Limo come out to greet Bulma. Bulma, accompanied by Jaco, exits the ship as she approaches Broly first, seeing him for the very first time, never expecting him to be so much larger than the Saiyan she's used to seeing. "So what do you want from us?" Chile says with jealousy. "Well, you all saw that black ball in the sky, right?" Bulma begins. But this is when it's revealed that they just assumed they all had the same strange dream. "A dream," Bulma says, "but it wasn't one. It was the Grand Priest." "Oh, I think I understand," Bulma says. "You were certainly sleeping when the Grand Priest made his announcement. He must have found no other way to warn billions of sleeping beings." "Wait, so it was real?" Chile says, freaking out now. "Does that mean there's an imminent war right now?" All of a sudden, Bulma gets a ring as well as she picks up the phone to hear none other than Whis on the other end. "Bulma, I have bad news," Whis says, as whatever he relates to Bulma freezes her in her tracks. Back at Krillin's house, Gohan is attempting to garner some kind of courage within them, as he says even without his father there is still surely some role they all have. I already know which training would suit you all, he continues. Krillin, however, has been out of the fight for a while now, as he tells Gohan that this is a battle far beyond his comprehension, involving the most powerful deities in existence. I'd love to give you a big Goku-like speech, Krillin says, but I'm not that man. I agree with Krillin, Master Roshi says. I've been training for almost 350 years. I don't see how I can progress any further. I know this may not be the most noble way of thinking, Krillin says, but I belong here with my wife and daughter. This is when Gohan gets very serious, telling them that for years his father had been protecting them and giving his life to the weak without hesitation. If you want to stay here with your people, then do it, he says. But my father and billions and millions of other people are waiting for us and need our help. This seems to snap some sort of sense into Krillin, as Yamcha and Tien both agree that they don't really have family or anything like that, so they may as well fight. 18 then pulls Krillin to the side, bringing him into the kitchen so they can discuss in private, as she tells him that she knows he wants to put their well-being above all, but this isn't just about their lives. I know, Krillin says, but whatever choice you make, 18 says, cutting him off, I'll support you in any case. If you choose to fight, I'll fight. If you choose to stay, I'll stay. Vegeta in the meantime is gathering up Goten and Trunks, as Trunks is finding it super hard to say goodbye to his baby sister for 2 whole years, but he promises to be back as soon as possible. Alright, come on Trunks, Vegeta says, that's enough. Go on and get aboard the cube, Vegeta says as he takes Brawl away from him. Don't worry, Princess, Vegeta says as Goten and Trunks walk out. I'll be back, he promises. Thanks for taking care of her, Vegeta says as he hands the baby over to her grandfather, Dr. Briefs. Gohan and the others shouldn't take too long, he says as he and Trunks step inside the cube. Here we go guys, Krillin says as he, Gohan, and the others go to get inside the cube as well. It seems Krillin has gone back to his warrior ways and has chosen to fight, asking 18 to stay behind with their daughter and Roshi. As they travel to Vegeta and the others, Whis is proud to see these warriors not backing down, as they will all have to take different journeys, but their goal is one: the safety and preservation of the universe as we know it, to protect those too weak to fight this battle for themselves, and to prove to themselves that even without Goku, Universe 7 is no pushover, as the warriors enter the cube and prepare for takeoff. Is everyone here now, Whis asks? So what's the program? Let's start with Universe 9, Gohan says. Universe 9, Vegeta says, surprised. Do you have any idea in mind? Of course, Gohan replies. Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin. You'll go see the Trio of Dangers, he says. I haven't contacted them, but I'm sure they'll accept. Trio of Dangers? Seriously, Krillin says? Well, yeah, Gohan replies. They'd have made mincemeat of Cell or Majin Buu. You mean the 3 foxes Tien told me about, Yamcha asks, to which Gohan replies, yeah. I'm not impressed at all by your dangerous trio of canines, he says proudly. I'd handle them all by myself. I advise you to not get too far ahead of yourself, Yamcha, Tien says, as Krillin and Gohan laugh as well. As Whis prepares for takeoff, the team says their last goodbyes to those on Earth, as the training of a lifetime is soon to begin, with their first destination being Universe 9.